Alright, Sicilian. Knight f3. Do this. I want to acquire a little bit more information. Then again, it rules out any possibility for c4, e4 bind on the d5 square. Go with bishop out. Queen d2. Possibly. That's a good substitute. Possibly. Okay. Queen up, queenside castle. I want to get my f-pawn rolling. Alright, I'm going to take this guy. This has happened, I think, on stream before. And I forget who I was playing against. My first thought is that it was Benko G, for short. Okay. That's a good guess. We've played a lot. I want my bishop here. I think it was Benko G. Bishop h5, that's where I want to be. I don't want to take this knight, so I'm not going to, because it repairs this weak point d5. The b pawn does well to guard that. So bishop h5 is where I want to be to pinpoint this guy. I'd love to get this knight somehow right here. Takes forever though. The knight trying to get 2 squares diagonally from where he's at takes forever. I could get this in now, but to be honest, I don't know how great of a plan it would be. Well, maybe it is pretty decent. Yeah, I'm gonna run with that. Yeah, I'm gonna run with it. I think long term this could turn out to be a ginormous pest. Actually, you know what? Here it is. I feel much more confident now about making this move now because I forgot about how valuable it is for black to get their dark square bishop working. Namely h5 and then bishop h6 with tempo on the queen. So it's annoying to this pawn long term as well as this dark square bishop. Where do I want? Where's my address going to be for my king? I think I could post up here right now. And I think this is going to turn out to be a pretty big problem. There's, I think, many good options right here. Queenside castle. I'm quite alright with the light square bishop exchange. My knight will love the d5 square. I may want to go there right now. Queenside castle, kingside castle. There is this half-open G file. I like queenside castle, I think. I don't know. There's no like I'm looking for reasons and I can't find reasons to go with one move or the other. These candidate moves that I have. Alright, I can't associate a good reason for doing this move opposed to like kingside castle or knight d5. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, well, now this bishop is kicked away from this square, and I think jumping into it right now is very good. Two deadly threats. b6, f6 being the more deadly. I think the queen is forced back home. And now rook e1 with f4. This is extremely difficult for black. I would not be surprised if there's just no good solution now. Alright. So now we got this rook involved. Alrighty. F4 is very difficult. I have all my pieces working. This knight might want to jump into one of these two squares at some point. Okay. This is very difficult now. However, is my opponent going to castle kingside? If kingside castle comes into play, I think G4 and F5 is pretty good. Maybe there was something better than F4. I think the king is just going to slip right away. And I have to be a bit careful here. These bishops are pointing right at my king. Was that a misstep? I'm going to do this first. I want to keep this tension because I might want to press forward. Actually, the more I look at it, I think I really would like to do that instead of capturing. Or maybe it is best to capture. Open the position. I think opening the position is just best then. If bishop e6, pawn push, bishop takes, queen takes, this point is defended, and then I think after bishop f6 it's difficult to maybe get at the king. So maybe just capture, although then it gives this knight a nice square. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to open up the position. I don't want this knight or bishop to be able to make use of this e5 square so easily. So now, bishop takes, queen takes is threatening mate on f7. How to defend? Queen to one of these two. And, well, this pawn is falling in an endgame. But maybe I want to keep the queens on the board. I think getting off of this file is important, as otherwise my knight could join the party by way of c5. If queen d7, the knight could jump in. I might want to just do a pawn sack, actually. Queen here, maybe? There you go. I'm going to do this. Because now the F file is going to be opened up. And now this is really difficult to defend. Very, very difficult. I do have to be a little... Oh, that check. Okay. It's still hit 3 times. Oh, I guess there is this pawn push now. I was going to say I have to be careful of a knight move here. Might have to trade queens. No, it can't be played just yet. Rook takes or queen takes. F6 is needed. And I don't know how... I think this might be defendable here. There's no time for black, but this is a difficult structure to break down any further. F6, H6. Wow. Okay, I can't... This is not really accomplishing much by playing here. Can I chase the queen away from defensive F7? Not seeing it. My bishop is kind of out of play at this point. I think I need to reposition. Now it's at least watching over c2, so if knight here I could grab. I have this covered. c2. And that was interesting defense here by black. I don't think I have anything. But now I do. I think king right here was good. This was a situation where the rook is chasing my bishop away to a square it wanted to go to. My rook doing something, and there's just no time now. No time. All right. Good game, BM3 Fisher. Let's go back. What's an improvement? I don't think you should do that move because of what I was able to do in response. I don't think this is a favorable structure for black to have. Sometimes, let me state it like this. Sometimes white will voluntarily take this knight. Let's just say, let's say your queen plays to c7. Sometimes this bishop for knight exchange will occur automatically. Not automatically, anyhow. Unprovoked. The bishop doesn't have to be provoked with h6 in order to take the knight. Sometimes it'll be done. What am I trying to say? Anyhow, don't play h6 here, in short. Fumbling with my words. Instead, what could you do? If not h6, what else? How about e6? e6, bishop e7. That's my suggestion. Development. Yes, you're in a temporary pin, but soon enough it'll be broken. Bishop e7, you're developed. Okay? So this is the structure we now have, and, well, this is an extremely committal move. e5. You might want to consider at this point h5. Then you can at least be assured a pretty good diagonal for your bishop. And you'll certainly make me think twice about castling queenside. Nasty skewers, if I'm playing f4, you could have maybe e5. So anyhow, consider h5 at this point right here. If you are going to be faced with this structure, look to activate your dark square bishop. This is going to be a difficult piece to get working, so maybe try and get it working right away. This is a very positional move, a quiet move, but it has, I think, very good long-term implications. So consider h5 right there instead of the pawn push, and maybe instead of that pawn push, just go a single square. Keep just a small group of pawns on your 6th rank. Main reason, that d5 square. You really want to have a pawn, I believe, around to watch over that. Now you need a piece around to watch over that d5 square. And I mean, at the end of the day, you ended up defending, but there's no way that this position right here can really be better for black. A strong knight here. Although maybe castle, there is a better defense. This definitely does look very strong. 2 rooks right there on the open file. Stuff bound to happen very quickly. But I don't know if this was a mouse slip or what. I think it would have been when you played king to f8. But anyhow, at the end of it all, I think this is defendable. I missed the check. I still think it's maybe okay to have this, but maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know how I break this structure down anymore. Interesting game. Yeah. All right. Good game. My opponent is saying yes, it was a mouse slip. Okay. There we go. Confirmation. So, all right. My opponent did as best they could at that point with their king on f8. It didn't turn out to be so bad.